Barcelona, Real Madrid didn't want him. Why are we in the mix for him? So, I won't mention the analogy about, wanting to buy in Waitrose and you end up buying in Lidl, as I mention that every week. But yeah, fundamental changes need to take place, but it's obviously going to take a whole change in mentality from the owners, or indeed somebody with a couple of £1 billion to come along. I just can't see. I can't see where we're going. Unfortunately, I really don't.
No.
But the next managerial appointment is going to be incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say I couldn't see where you were going with this point. To be honest, I thought you were meandering for quite a while. But anyway, so Micky, we're just finishing off before we go to last orders with a couple of questions from Twitter. There was a couple that were shot in your direction, so I'll just package them together. So, I mean, we've just been talking about it a little bit so far, but Jay Smith, so at Jay from the Lane 1, asks why do you think our recruiting is so poor? And Dean Walsh at 3017, I think that might be at Walsh 3017, I can't remember. Sorry, Dean. He says, who should be transfer listed in the summer, and who would you like to see coming
in? Great questions. I don't know who runs the recruitment side of things. So if I do, I can't think of them and I don't know them. What I will say is that sometimes recruitment is tough. It shouldn't be on the face of it, but sometimes it is, because, for instance, if you're not a 100 million, not buying a 100 million player who's already proven at the very highest level, and you want to get, say, a £20 million player, they're the players that are very difficult to find. And the reason they're difficult to find is because you might go to see a club in France. Okay, but you must remember that the level that they play at is maybe nowhere near like what's played in the Premier League. So Nundembele, for instance, he was a massive success before he came to Spurs. It took him a year to find his feet at Spurs, right? Now, whether or not you blame Mourinho or whether or not you blame... No, it's the player. The player has to find himself. So it's difficult because Nundembele is incredibly gifted. He's got talents that sometimes you look at and you think, wow, how's he done that? Is he a dominant as he should be with the talent he's got? No, he's not. So recruitment can sometimes work out more difficult than you think. Maybe not so hard for continental clubs signing players from continental teams, but tougher for us because the English league is very different to continental leagues, foreign leagues. So consequently, the game's played at a much higher tempo here. There's much more physicality, and you don't get as much time on the ball as you do abroad. I know that things have changed, but so recruitment is quite difficult, but we need to do better. Who do I want to see? Well, given free rein?
Yeah, given free rein.
Well, I'd look at Manchester City squad number one. That's it, right. Who would I take out the Manchester City squad? Well, I'd go for Mahrez, number one. I think Mahrez is he offers pace, he offers skill, he offers goals. I'd go for Mahrez. I'd go for Bernardo Silva.
Yeah,
I think he's a brilliant player, and I think at Spurs him and Mahrez would be sensational. I think they'd transform us. I'd like Grealish, but I'm talking. You've gave me free rein here.
Yeah.
I'd like Grealish. I think he's learning the game very quickly now. I thought that when we were in for him at 25 million, was he going to be the answer? Not at that stage. Now he's developed. He's learnt the game. He's maturing. I think that he can really make us a good team. I'd have who's the left back that plays for Man City, the foreign boy Shevchenko, or what's his name?
Oh yeah, he's decent.
Zinchenko.
I love him as well. I think he's a super player. So there's lots of players out there that maybe are not full-time regulars at their club, and that might just be, as Manchester City progress and bring in big name signings, it's going to be even more difficult for them. So, yeah, if we could get them 4, I think they'd transform us into an absolutely top draw team. Imagine Harry Kane feeding off Mahrez and Bernardo Silva and Zinchenko at right back and Grealish. I mean, it's almost like he'd break Jimmy Greaves' record in one season.
Yeah, yeah, true.
So, yeah, that's the type of player that I'd be looking for, because we've got Olberg, we've got Sissoko, we've got Harry, we've got that type of player. We don't need to sign that type of player.
No.
We need more creativity in our team, because we've got Sonny, we've got Harry Kane, we've got really top forwards, but maybe we haven't got enough creative players to actually create, and maybe that's the reason why Harry's been creating more goals than anyone this season.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Good. Okay, so I mean we've been on for a while, so I think it's time for last orders, which this week is just a match prediction for Sheffield United. I think we're at home, unless I fuck that up, which I normally do.
No, we are at home. Yeah.
So we're at home. So Sarah, you've not spoken for a little while, so I'll give you the honour.
Sarah, what time are we playing next week? What time?
I didn't even know who we were playing, if I'm honest.
It's the after effects of the final.
No,
to be honest, I've been a bit disengaged.
She never knows what time we're playing.
I've been disengaged since probably January, to be fair. I've not liked the football.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
It's just been tough to watch. So whereas I used to do everything around Tottenham, I used to plan my diary around it. Hang on a minute, when are Spurs playing? No, sorry, can't go out for dinner. I'm now booking dinner to miss the last 10 minutes of the game, which is awful. And I don't like it, but I just want a bit more trying. And then that sounds really awful that I've settled for a bit more trying, a bit more oomph, and I'll be happy. I think we win comfortably. I'm going to go 3-1 because we can't keep a clean sheet.
Okay. Jamie. You're on mute, Jamie. You're on mute. Can you come off mute, Jamie? Can you come off mute?
I'm here. I'm here. 1-1.
1-1. Bloody hell.
Wow.
Micky's face was a picture then.
If we draw 1-1 with them, I'll be really pissed off. I'll have to observe the media blackout myself. But Andy?
Well, I think Ryan, after the final, will probably kick the shit out of all the players. So 4-0.
Okay, good stuff. Good. Mickey?
I think Ryan has to respond. He has to show he's got what it takes. I think the players, surely they want to show that, we are a good side. We are good players. 3-1.
Okay, good stuff. I'm going 3-0. I will be very disappointed if we concede to Sheffield United. And I'll be even more disappointed if the goal that we concede to Sheffield United comes from that Ryan Brewster, who hasn't
scored ever.
I don't even think he's managed to get into the opposition box in any game. So if he's the one that scores, if we concede and he's the one that scores, then that may just be it for me.
Dr. Tottenham will see you now.
We don't say that on this pod.
I'm definitely on next Monday if he scores, just to see your face.
Okay, so where was we going from there? Got a shout out to Tottenham Pie and Mash. They should be opening on the 29th. So grand opening. We are Tottenham Pie and Mash opposite the West Stand. To get yourself down there. I said I'd give them a shout out. So I hope it's been a long time in coming. So good luck to them. Can't wait to get down there, try it out myself. Jamie can't wait for his free
pie.
Free should be winging its way to him
for his cheating.
And and also last shout out to Redemption Brewing, who are back up and running now that pubs are open again. So give them a bit of support and give them a bit of love as well. We have been the Varside Spurs Pubcast. thank you and good night. And as ever, come on, you Spurs.
Coys.
Come on.
Boys.
See you all.